Young hustlers stacking dividends between a rock and a parlay. Don't matter where your ass been, between a rock and a parlay. And when I make it in the end, it's a rock and a parlay.
All right, welcome to the Stuck Between a Rock and a Parlay podcast. I'm Paul. This is my friend Cody.
What's up, world?
We're gonna give really suspect sports picks on upcoming college football and pro football action.
I'm gonna get y'all together.
I'm gonna try. So let's start out. College football last week. We're going to start with a real quick recap over some of the upsets that happened last week. First one, I'm calling it the battle of the undeserved 5-star quarterbacks. Texas versus Florida. So we had DJ Lagway against everybody's favorite Arch Manning.
He's not my favorite.
Yeah.
The most overrated quarterback in the country.
Yeah, I think we're seeing what a two-way high school football player can look real good on high school highlights when he's got linebackers that are 140 pounds chasing him around, and it did not work. It's not working out for Texas this year.
Yeah, it's call it over. The season's wrapped.
The season's wrapped, but I don't think he's a redshirt sophomore. He's got 2 more years to get ready to get himself together and be ready for a pro draft. I'm not going to say that this kid can't figure it out. It's clear that he was not ready when they brought him in, And you look at Texas fan over the last 2 years just dogging out, who was Quinn Ewers.
He was way better than Arch.
Yeah. But ever since he came there, people have been like, why is he playing Quinn? They need to get,
Yeah, which was stupid.
They need to get Arch in there. Give the kid a chance. He's got to learn he's got to learn in the gun. It's like, no, he wasn't ready. He's still not ready.
Still not.
Yeah. All those Texas fans are like, God, I wish, they need to start writing apology letters to Quinn Ewers because they dogged the kid out for 2 years. Every time he had a bad game, it'd be, here comes, we need to get Arch in there. And he wasn't ready, and he's still not ready. He's learning on the fly, but yeah, Texas season, with all the great players, with the great defense they've got, it's come down to they don't have the quarterback play, and they're not going to be in it at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's over for them. And seeing all the weapons they got, Ryan Wingo specifically, and you can't get him the ball on time because your quarterback is panicking in the pocket or just trying to scramble out every time.
And just missing throws. That's the scariest part is like, not being able to read a defense quick enough, not being able to get through your pass progression. That's all stuff you expect from a young quarterback. But with the 5-star rating, you expect him to at least be able to hit a man when he makes a throw.
Yep.
And he's consistently shown he's not been able to do that. So they got Oklahoma this week in the Red River Shootout. And for some reason, they're the favorite in that game, which we'll get to that later. Yeah. But moving on, the other big upset in college football this week was Penn State going across the country to UCLA, playing an 0-4 UCLA team and losing the game. What do you guys think?
What you call?
I did call. Well, I called that UCLA would beat the spread, which was 24.5 points. And I was kicking myself that I didn't put a money line bet on that one. But yeah, it was, I just looked at UCLA and I'm like, that's a pretty good. They have the quarterback play. Nico has shown it. He showed it last year at Tennessee. He can get the job done. A lot of the times when you have a coach switch mid-season, you'll see like a bump that first game when that new coach comes in there. You definitely saw that from UCLA.
Yeah.
The other thing I was looking at is it's been shown in this new Big Ten that when those East Coast teams travel west, it doesn't go good for them, which we have 2 teams doing that this weekend. Michigan and Indiana.
Yeah.
And the same thing when those West Coast teams travel east, it usually doesn't go well either. So that didn't play out in Penn State, Oregon, but Oregon is looking like one of the elite teams in college football right now.
They are the best team in college right now. And Drew Assar showed that he's a terrible ass quarterback from jump. Everybody's known that he's a terrible quarterback. Oregon just made that on a broader scale to show everybody that he's not really like that against a top team.
top team. Well, UCLA, kind of showed it as well.
Yeah.
Even with that, you know what I mean? You figure UCLA had the perfect game. Every single bounce went their way. They stole a possession on an onside kick.
Yeah.
They were up 10-0 before Penn State ever touched the ball. And they still, only won by a field goal. It was a super close game. So, yeah, that Penn State team has got some dogs on it. It's got a lot of guys who are going to play in the pros. But, yeah, don't believe the hype.
Once you stop the run on Penn State,
yeah,
you can win the game.
And I think people are realizing that
now.
You
can win.
We can stack 8 in the box and stop the run, and this kid's not going to beat us with his arm. And if he does, good on you. Because, yeah, he does not seem to have it. Jerry Neuheisel. The offensive coordinator from UCLA. Have you seen this kid?
No. Oh yeah, he's young as hell.
He looks like he's a teenager.
Yeah.
And he's got blonde. He looks like Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Yeah. Yes. I've seen him. I was like, that can't be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's like who they.
And he called a hell of a game.
Who hired this guy? Was this just like a hire for the ladies or what have you? It did. He called a great game. That's the thing that was about that game is Penn State got outcoached. They really did. You look at some of the play calling, you look at all the 3rd and longs UCLA converted against the top paid defensive coordinator in the country and this vaunted Penn State defense. There's, and then some of the comments the Penn State coaches made after the game, I want to see my coaches come in and accept responsibility for that. Anybody watching that game saw it. You got outcoached. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You didn't bounce back like you needed to after playing Oregon, and your play calling wasn't up to snuff. You can't be blitzing on 3rd and long after they've already converted 4 against you, and Nico Malayava looks like Cam Newton running all over the field. They got outcoached. They didn't take responsibility, and now they got Northwestern this weekend. Another thing I'll say about Penn State, and you know this because I've been doing it all season, they haven't covered one time all year.
Yeah.
Not a single spread bet that if you've made it on Penn State's side has paid. So I've been eating off of that basically. Just 42, they'll win by 38. 38, they'll win by 30. And now they're losing games. It's what's going on up there, and do they have any kind of chance of still making the college football playoffs?
No.
Okay.
They shouldn't.
Fair enough.
And James Franklin, his job is going to be on the line at the end of the season because of these bad losses he's been taking. If they lose again,
and they're just getting into the hard part of their schedule.
Oh,
really.
yeah.
That Oregon game was supposed to be their first hard game, but they still got some big teams coming up. And if they start losing those, this could go turn into an absolute train wreck. For a top 5 preseason ranked team, it's going to get, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
The last game from college football I want to talk about, it wasn't really an upset, but it was kind of surprising to me, was the Miami-Florida State game.
My team.
Yeah, Miami's real good. And again, coming into the weekend, I was kind of thinking there's 2 elite teams in college football. And the 2 teams I was thinking about was Oregon and Ohio State. And I think Miami put themselves in that conversation. And the other team I've been noticing, and it's from the forgotten Big 12, which nobody pays attention to anymore, but Texas Tech is playing really good football. And I think they're building something down there that's going to carry on for the next 3-4 years. I think talking about Texas Tech in a national championship context is going to be something that people are going to have to get used to doing because they've got big recruiting classes. They got big NIL money. They're playing good football. So,
yeah. Texas Tech right now, I think they're overrated. In the future, when they plan to get some really top ranked teams, some better teams, I think they're not going to be as good as we are seeing right now. But in the future, yes.
They give you a couple stats about Texas Tech this year. Not one time had they given up more than 14 points on defense. That's elite. Elite level. What are you looking for with an elite level team? You're looking for a complete team. You're looking for offense, defense, both sides of the ball. So not only have they not given up more than 14 points, they also haven't won by a win margin of less than 20 points. Every game, and they play good teams. University of Houston last weekend was probably their biggest test, and they dog walked them. They got a middle linebacker named, Jacob Rodriguez? Yeah, and this kid, They did a profile on him before the Utah game, and he seems kind of like a milk drinker. I don't know how else to describe it. You know what I mean? Like kind of a weird kid, like probably in the gym at like 11 o'clock at night, like still getting bent, like just gym rat. You know, nice kid, and he is quarterback in that defense. He actually came out of high school as a quarterback, was recruited D1, went to Virginia as a quarterback. Didn't work out for him there. Ended up at Texas Tech back as an athlete designation and has carved out a place as the middle linebacker on that team and is putting up gaudy stats this year. He's already got 2 interceptions from the middle linebacker position and is quarterback in that defense. Like I said, I watched a lot of highlights on them this week and just game film. They look like a legit team. And again, it's Big 12. So who knows what happens when they run into one of the big teams from the SEC. But the fact of the matter is they are going to. Because, you know, Big 12, automatic berth in the college football playoff. They have a legitimate shot to run the table and make it in. So we're going to see. We're going to find out. And as far as the crown for best team in Texas, I think it's clearly between them and Texas A&M right now. So
yeah, they are.
Yeah, who else is? You know what I mean?
There's
like,
nobody.
Yeah,
There's nobody
TCU's
else.
good. Like there's good teams there. TCU's pretty good. Baylor's had some good.
Baylor is.
SMU is resurgent just because they're able to pay their players above board instead of below board now.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. A lot of those Texas teams are going to do well in this NIL era because just about how huge football is down there. And you know what I mean? People donate to these NIL budgets. All of them are able to put a purse together and buy players. But it's going to be how are you doing that? You know, are we going out and spending $10 million on an unproven 5-star quarterback that might not be there? Or are we going to put $1 million here, $1 million here, $1 million there, still a 5-star here? And I feel like that's what Texas Tech is doing and just building their lineup across the board. So like I said, I think I like what they're doing down there. I could see them being a force for the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So NFL upsets. Cody?
Before we go there, I want your opinion on the Mizzou Alabama game.
We get to that.
You want to get to that?
Yeah, okay. Let's go over last week first. We'll get
I
to
don't.
this
I don't
week.
really want to talk about the Eagles and the Broncos.
You don't want to talk about it?
I don't.
I can talk
I'm still
about
sore
it.
about that.
Yeah.
Go.
Cody's an Eagles fan.
I was ready to throw shit.
Kevin Petullo, the Eagles offensive
We
coordinator,
need to fire him.
is he somebody's son?
Who's
Who's he related to? Is he the owner? Like, how did he just lie on his resume? How did he end up in this
He's
position?
just been a guy that's been in an organization for too long.
Did he go into an interview and like say, "Yeah, Kellen Moore didn't do it. It was all me on that"? Like, did he just lie in his interview, or what happened here?
What the story I've heard was he was Nick Sirianni's little protege for so long.
Oh, okay.
And after the Brian Johnson experiment, after they got rid of Brian Johnson, it was no point to keep him around. They went and got Kellen Moore. He did good. He actually, we had some rough parts during the season, but he did good.
That offense looked good under Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore's a great coach.
They actually ran.
You look at what he did with the Cowboys before he went to the Eagles. He had that offense doing
and the Chargers.
He got Dak Prescott a massive contract. As far as I'm concerned, Kellen Moore's a great coach.
He is.
Yeah, Kevin Petullo. It's like, you know, when you're driving down the highway and you see that brand new like Corvette sports car driving, and there's like some 70-year-old dude with thick glasses and he's doing 45 miles an hour driving. That's the Eagles right now. Their offense is a Ferrari, and it's got some dude calling the plays who has no idea what he's doing. Like, their offense, it's the most vanilla offense in the NFL, and the 4-0 start, just because of how dominant that team is and how good that team is, kind of protected it. But I think you see a crack in it. And then they're in danger this week, and they're facing the dangerous Giants team, which Giants aren't good. They'll probably win this week.
I got something about that.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on with the NFL.
Yeah. I think, well, I want to talk about the Eagles and Giants because that's the thing. The Eagles will beat the Giants. That's a given. But the spread is 7.
7 points, yeah.
And those games will probably be close because the Eagles have never faced Jackson Dart. Our defense is good, but the Giants' defensive line, a hell of a team.
Yeah.
Our offensive line is fucked up right now.
Yeah, 7 points feels like about on the button. Like, honestly, I'd probably put it at 3.5, 4. But, yeah, I feel like you almost lean towards Giants with that spread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see it going either way because again, it's the Giants are a team that's led by rookies right now. You got Jackson Dart and you got Cam Scatterbo giving them a ton of juice, and rookies are going to make plays and win some games. They're also going to do stupid shit and blow games.
Yeah,
And that's just a fact of it. So either thing could really happen, but yeah, I think they're a dangerous team, and I think the Eagles need to figure it out. I don't know if Kevin Patullo is going to be able to lie on his next resume and get another job. But they got to do something. They got to put somebody else in charge of calling the plays there because he is wrecking that offense.
The Eagles have a problem with hiring inside the organization.
Yeah.
Once they hire an offensive coordinator from outside, like they did with Kellen Moore, things go better.
Yeah.
Once you hire within the organization, these guys lose their fucking shit and haven't learned shit from the previous coordinators that knew what the fuck they were doing. We really need Shane Steichen back, if anything. But he's doing a hell of a job with Daniel Jones. He made Daniel Jones
he reinvented
a
his
fucking
career.
superstar.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the Colts, I don't believe in them. I think this is all just the beginning of the season shit.
They still got the running game. They got a good defense. And Daniel Jones looks like the Daniel Jones that won that contract. You remember when the Giants made that playoff run years ago?
Yeah, when they beat the Vikings.
Yeah. When you know what I mean? It was Saquon Barkley early in his career and Daniel Jones, and people were actually having a debate about who the better player was. I feel like that's kind of been proven now, but yeah, it was
Saquon's the better player.
Clearly. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure we was on the same page with that. But yeah, Daniel Jones, he never deserved that contract.
No.
Ever.
But his career's coming back.
This is just a fluke.
He's better than Richardson. So
yeah, that's 100% true.
Richardson, Florida quarterback who had every measurable but couldn't really play. Does that sound like?
That sounds like somebody that's at Florida right now.
Quarterback, yeah.
6'3", 240.
What are these scouts going to falling in love with? Like, this guy runs fast and he's tall and he can throw the ball 100 yards. It's like that's not the quarterback position. The quarterback position is quick decisions, hitting the slants and reading the defense. But these guys forget that year after year after year.
They love the physical attributes of the quarterback.
And I get it that you need that, but it's also like, come on.
You need it for the most part.
Cut it out. Like,
yeah.
If you can't play quarterback, you can't play quarterback. There's plenty of spots on a field for athletes. The quarterback position is a skill set that's not exactly revolves around just having a high skill set. So
I agree 100%. But I want to talk about Dallas. I think they're a very underrated team.
The Cowboys?
Yes.
I like what you're saying right now.
I think if any team's going to give the Eagles a run for their money, it will be the Cowboys. Because what they did to the Jets, it's the Jets. Nobody cares. They're fucking 0-5.
The thing that scares me about them is like it seems like every game they have is a shootout. They had a shootout with the Giants. They had you know what I mean?
True.
Like their defense, I get it. It feels about like the defense did last year, so I don't think they're missing Micah as much as you thought they would.
Yeah.
But, Trayvon Diggs, come on, dude. You got to lock up. There's a reason you got that.
He's washed.
Is he? You think he didn't come back from the knee injury?
Yeah. Either once he got paid, he just stopped trying hard, or it's the knee.
He got that money.
Once after that, it's not right.
It's not the same as it
But their offense.
He was an absolute dog years ago. I remember watching him play your Eagles like 3 years ago.
He was locking shit up.
And he was jumping every route. I mean, it just looked like the best corner in the world at that point. And then it's just been like a slow decline since then. And I know he had the knee injury last year. I'm wondering if he's right even. You know what I like? Is his body right? Does he know that it's, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, he's getting lost out there.
He is.
But their offense, they're going to win them a lot of games.
They are.
With shootouts, that lets you know right there that they can put up points even though their defense is fucking ass. So if you can put up points, you can hang in over anybody.
And you can always get your defense locked in. Your defense can lock in and play big games.
Hopefully.
That's what they're hoping for, yeah. So
even without CD, Dak Prescott is fucking.
He's playing good this year. He's playing really good this year. This is the first. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I've never been a Dak Prescott fan. I've always said they're not going to win anything with him. But watching him this year, it's like starting to see it. Like, did this guy finally figure it out, or what's going on with him? But yeah, he's playing good football, and the Cowboys are playing good football. I like him this weekend a lot against the spread that they have. So
yeah, and they have Javonte Williams. big resurgence for his career.
Yeah.
He was on the Broncos. He had a great couple of seasons, but then once he had that injury, it went down. Back on the Cowboys. He's a fucking hell of a running back, especially in fantasy.
Yeah.
He's fucking doing
Yeah, they got him out of nowhere, too. It was just out of nowhere. You know what I mean? They end up with this balanced attack, which coming into the season, it's like, yeah, they're going to be able to throw the ball. They had a George Pickens and CD on the other side. That looks tough. But it's not going to mean anything if you come out and run dime against them all game. And you know what I mean? Because you can't run the ball. But that's what it is. Yeah, they ended up with a running back pretty much just out of thin air. And now all of a sudden they've got a balanced attack, and it's really, it's working, and they're putting up a lot of points.
Yeah. There's a stat that says 17 of the games this year have been decided by 7 points or less all season. And that's the most in the NFL history.
30 in the NFL. Feels like the same way in college almost. You know? It's like you have elite teams at the very top, and then pretty much 4 or 5 through 50. It's a roll of the dice every week to see who's going to win a game. And again, it's just a new year in college football. It's, NIL transfer window to where every year you're basically having to reevaluate completely as far as what's going to happen. So
now, what do you think about the Patriots as a team right now?
Again, I think they're playing good football.
They're playing great football.
I think they're surprising people. I've actually got them on my board later. Yeah.
Do you believe in Drake May? I believe in him. I believe in him.
You believe in
him?
Okay, you heard it. Cody believes in
I believe in Drake May. He's a great quarterback.
That's like me saying I believed in Daniel Jones 4 years ago. It's kind of what that feels like to me, but
I believe
he's a better
quarterback than Jaden Daniels.
Whoa.
Throughout the rest of his career. Not right now. Jaden Daniels had a hell of a season last year. But
he looked good last week, too.
He did.
He's surprised. That Chargers team, I told you coming into the year, I said that Chargers team is a dark horse Super Bowl contender for me. I think Jim Harbaugh's second year in an offense and all the weapons they got and the fact that they've kind of got it. And then looking at, again, the complete team aspect.
Yeah.
Good defensively, good offensively. They got dog walked last week. Washington, they put up 10 points early, didn't do another thing on offense. And it seemed like, they're just giving up points every time Washington goes up the field. So
I was definitely on that bandwagon. Chargers going to the Super Bowl. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
Because of Jim Harbaugh. The second year, he starts winning shit.
And then the last couple of weeks, it's like, what's going on?
No, I'm off that.
They don't look good.
I'm off of it. I'm off of it. I believe in Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I don't believe in nobody else.
Are you still fully believing in Justin Herbert?
I am a Justin Herbert believer.
I think he's
one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's got some distractions, though. Like, he's living the Patrick Mahomes life, and he hadn't done as much as what Patrick Mahomes has done.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
but it's
you got to prove it on the field, dude. Like, quit worrying about the ladies and what else, everything else is going on living in L.A. and, whatever he's doing. Like, focus on your craft, man. Play better football.
True. But he's also made Quentin Johnson not look like a bust anymore. He's making those receivers look so much better than what they were.
Fair.
And without a run game at that.
We got to move to college football. You ready for we can talk about it now.
Okay.
Mizzou, Alabama. Big game. We got some big games this week. First of all, let's decide what you think the biggest game is. So we got the Red River rivalry, Texas versus Oklahoma. Hold on, let me get my notes here. Oklahoma is coming to Texas. Texas is I think 1.5, 2-point favorite in that game. You also have, again, a top 25 matchup. Alabama coming to Mizzou. It's a big game. You have, excuse me, Indiana going to Oregon, playing at Oregon.
That's the biggest game.
What about Michigan at USC? It's another big game.
I don't really care about that one.
Fair enough.
It's going to be a good game, but it's not like
it's not like it was 20 years ago when it was USC Michigan. It's USC Michigan.
Yeah,
the team that just lost to Illinois 2 weeks ago, and the team that got beat by Oklahoma are playing. It's kind of that deal.
But the quarterback's coming around.
Yeah,
he's coming around.
I'm going to agree. I think the biggest game of the week is Oregon at Indiana. Both of them are coming off big wins.
Yeah.
Both of them are coming off bye weeks. Indiana, last time they were out, they beat a pretty good Illinois team, a game Illinois team, 63-10.
Yeah, they fucking dog walked it.
Dog. Yeah, and then Illinois comes out the very next week, and you go, "What's going on with this Illinois team?" Because they beat USC, which is another top 25 opponent. They got Ohio State this weekend, and they're 14.5-point dogs in that game, which I kind of like. But yeah, I agree. Oregon, Indiana is the big game this week. Who do you like in it? Let's get your opinion.
I like Oregon.
7.5 points.
I like Oregon because they have a better defense.
What's the over/under on that? Does anybody?
I think that was.
I don't care what it is. It's going over.
Yeah, it's definitely going over.
I feel like it's going to turn into a shootout, and that's the one thing that scares me about that spread is the fact I feel like it could be one of those games where whoever gets the ball at the end is going to win it.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then Indiana's automatically beating that spread. So, but again, it's an East Coast team traveling west. I like Oregon as well. So, other games in college football to focus on. Let's do Mizzou, Alabama.
Oof.
Mizzou. Best running attack in the SEC right now.
Yeah.
You've got Ahmad Hardy leading the entire SEC in rushing, #1 rusher. One thing to say about Alabama, they're having a hard time stopping the run this year.
That's true.
Coming into the year, you know how high I was on Alabama. I loved Alabama coming into this year. They come out and get beat bad by Florida State, a Florida State team that's lost 2 weeks straight to Miami and Virginia.
Yeah.
And it is not looking like what they looked week 1. So I was high on Alabama, and then that shifted. Well, if Alabama's this good and Florida State's able to beat them, Florida State must be great. So I was high on Florida State. Now Florida State's falling off. And now that has moved to Miami because of what Miami did to them last week. So it's but anyways, who do you got in the game?
Alabama. Thursday. Alabama. Probably about 21 plus, actually.
21 plus.
Yeah, I know they can't.
It's a 3.5-point spread.
I'm definitely taking Alabama.
I know. Yeah.
Alabama, even though they can't stop the run, they still got a hell of a team.
I know.
They still got the better quarterback.
It's like who's Mizzou
better
receivers? This year?
Nobody.
South Carolina?
That's nobody.
Kansas?
Nobody.
And Kansas kept it close.
Alabama is the biggest test so far.
Missouri fans are super excited about this game.
You should.
And they're going to be super disappointed after this weekend.
Be a horrible game.
You look at what happened last year when Alabama was the home team, I'll give you, but it was 36-0. Alabama beat them off that field. Is it going to be that different this year?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think these teams are that different. I think 3.5 points is way too small. I think 7.5 points is more accurate.
Yeah.
I think if Missouri can keep it within a touchdown, it's that moral victory. But yeah, I don't really give them a chance either. So
I feel like Alabama, they have the biggest motherfuckers, corn-fed, 5-star guys.
Yeah.
All across their team. Mizzou has these 4 stars, 3 stars, homegrown Missouri guys. Yeah. Most
Missouri 5 stars.
Missouri 5 stars.
Yeah, not Texas 5 stars. Not Florida 5 stars.
Missouri 5 stars.
These guys are Iowa 5 stars.
Alabama is a bigger team.
Yeah.
Better receivers.
Bigger, better, yeah.
They don't have a better running back. They have a better quarterback. They have a better line. Their defense, not so much. But Mizzou's defense haven't faced a real opponent yet.
No. Yeah, I think it's the weekend that Mizzou's getting exposed. Yeah, you didn't bother turning that off?
No.
All right, screw it, man. First go, right? That's fun. So moving on. So we got through that one. Florida, Texas A&M. At Texas A&M is a 7.5-point favorite. Who you liking that? Florida?
I think they're going to figure things out, and they're going to win. That's my upset.
Are you kidding me?
That's my upset.
All right. No, I like Texas A&M in this one. I think if it wasn't for last week, them beating up on a Texas team that had terrible quarterback play and getting short fields all game to score, 21 points in order to win the game, something like that.
I forgot what it was. I think so.
Yeah, it wasn't much. I'll tell you that right now. I think Tarian York, the middle linebacker for Texas A&M, is going to lock up that DJ Lagway in the Florida offense.
You think so?
I do. I mean, that's basically, you look at Tarian York, and he's listed at 5'10", 220. I'm not seeing it. You
Yeah.
see him out there on the field. I feel like it's one of those ones where they're actually going to measure him. It's going to be like 5'8", 200. Going to be a strong safety at the next level. But this guy's able to quarterback this defense. I was watching him in the Mississippi State game last week. And I mean, he played dominant football. He's able to basically, quarterback the defense, put guys in plays. And if you notice, when he shifts somebody or when he moves out, he's not the one making the play, but he's the guy making the play before the play. Yeah. So he's the one locking down the edge, forcing the running back inside into one of his other tacklers. He's the one stuffing the gap, forcing the running back outside into one of his defensive ends. So what he does doesn't really show up on the stat sheet, but he's the best player on that defense, and he's the reason that defense has been able to control teams like they have this year. Again, I'm putting Texas A&M right at that level of elite. I am at this point, yeah.
And I don't see it just yet.
I know, it's the quarterback play. Yeah. But they rushed for almost 300 yards against an SEC defense last week. And SEC defense, they'd only had taken one loss in Tennessee in a game that they could have won. It wasn't like they got blown out.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at those two teams, who's better, Mississippi State or Florida this year? Mississippi State, in my opinion. Florida's garbage, dude. They lost to USF. They got beat bad. They lost 2 bad home games.
They did.
To USF and Miami. So I think that, out of those two teams, Mississippi State's the better one. So I like Texas A&M minus 7.5. I think they're going to win this game by at least 10 points. I think it's going to be 2 touchdowns, really.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep Florida. Again, it's that recency bias. That's the reason you get that spread. Everybody's thinking, DJ Lagway figured it out. No. The Florida defense got a couple of turnovers, and he was able to move the ball 30 yards and put points on the board against an anemic Texas offense. So.
Yeah. But I don't believe in Marcel Reed as a quarterback. I believe in DJ Lagway. I know he threw 5 picks one game. Everybody still thinks about that. I think he's still a better quarterback than Marcel.
They don't need a quarterback. They're Texas A&M. They're playing Texas football. They rushed 300 yards last week.
But that's
what they're doing. They're going to run the ball. They're going to control the clock. They're going to shut down on defense and get 3 and outs, and they're going to grind and win the game. This is a game where going into halftime, I could see it being close, and then Texas A&M's just going to stretch it the whole second. That's what they've done all year. They sit there and they wear people down. 3 and 4 yard games turn into 5 yard and 6 yard games, and big plays in the second half. And they'll do it again this week. And it's a home game for them. 7.5 isn't enough. If I'm handicapping this, I'm putting it at 10.5 at least.
10.5?
Yeah, 10.5. Yep. Again, recency bias.
I would take that money because I know 10.5 is not going to happen. It's probably going to come down to 3 points.
All right. Mark my words. We'll talk about it next week. We got to keep moving. We are getting behind on this. So Indiana, Oregon, 7.5. You like Oregon?
I love Oregon. Love it.
I like Oregon. I'd love Oregon to win the game. 7.5 feels like about right to me. So it's a little bit scary. Other games I highlighted: Kansas at Texas Tech. Let me ask you this one: minus 14.5 Texas Tech. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah?
Kansas is not that good.
Kansas is not that good.
Texas
Tech's better. Again, going back to the stats I already talked about, Texas Tech hasn't given up more than 14 all year. They haven't won a game by a margin of less than 20. They just beat University of Houston. They've also beat University of Utah by more than 20. Kansas is not as good as either of those teams.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a safe bet this weekend. So that's a big one on my board. Texas Tech, Kansas, mark it down, minus 14.5. Texas Tech's going to be winning that game by more than 20 again. How about UCLA? They're going to Michigan State, and they're an 8.5 point dog going to Michigan State.
That's a tough one because on one hand, I'm thinking UCLA, they figured it out. But then Michigan State, maybe it was just a fluke.
Yeah, it's like, they figured it out last week, but they were 0-4 before that. And looked real bad going 0-4 and got their head coach fired doing it. So, it's a scary one to really touch.
That's the one I would stay away from because I don't know what the fuck is going to happen.
Exactly. That's what I see across college football is there's all these Jekyll and Hyde teams. One week they look great. The next week they look terrible.
Yeah.
And from a betting perspective, I don't want anything to do with a team like that. It's too scary. You know what I mean? There's too much uncertainty going into the game. I want consistency when I'm betting. And if you can't show me that you can play consistent football, I pretty much avoid you. Yeah. Having said that, I'm taking UCLA to beat the spread because Jerry Neuheisel has the best head of hair in college football. So I'm going off the hair. Sometimes you got to make this.
That's a terrible reasoning.
Hey, whatever. And then last one I got is Northwestern at Penn State. Penn State is a 21.5-point favorite. I think they're gonna bounce back and win this game. Is this going to be the first week where they actually win a spread bet? 21.5 against a Northwestern team that's not very good this year.
Yes.
You like it?
Yes, I like it. I wouldn't bet it because it's Penn State.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Penn State. Yeah, it's like, they've not done it all year. Let's count on
they get their run game rolling. They'll blow them out.
All right.
Probably about 30.
NFL. Take over, Cody.
I'm glad you brought this up because, boy, it's some games I want to stay away from.
Yeah.
And some games
I was thinking the same thing looking at the NFL this week.
The Bengals against the Packers. The spread is 14 points.
Is it still 14
it's
points?
It's still 14 points.
With Flacco?
Yes. It's still 14 points. I think I'm taking the Bengals to cover that. I get it. I don't even think Joe Flacco might start that game. Still might be Jake.
I think he's going to start the game.
I don't think
he's 40 years old and he's played in every offense in the NFL. He already knows their playbook. And the one thing I got to say about Joe Flacco, this guy's got stones.
Yeah.
The football god is a blood god, and he demands skulls every year. Last year it was Deshaun Watson's skull that the football blood god demanded, and they got it. And who came in and filled in for him? Joe Flacco. He came in and stood behind that suspect offensive line. This year, the blood god demanded Joe Burrow. Or I say skull, it's really knees that he demands. But again, it's Joe Burrow standing behind one of the most suspect offensive lines in the NFL. And you got a 40-plus-year-old man who's going to come in there and stand back there. Yeah. Like, this guy is... You can't fault his courage.
He's especially going against Michael Parsons and Rashawn Gary.
Getting in behind. Yeah, he's got human Bengal tigers attacking him.
He might fucking die.
Yeah, I think so. I think this whole, Joe Burrow Bengals experience might be about a half long, but we'll see what happens. So.
But I think they have a game plan for Joe Flacco. Yeah. They was game planning for Joe Burrow, Jake Browning.
And you look at how they profile Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco, it's a similar profile. Yeah. It's two guys that you're not super worried about getting outside the pocket and rush. Yeah, but they can air it out. They can take the top off of defense. It's, the pride of Delaware State. Joe Flacco has had quite the pro career. And, if it's still at 14, I feel like go out there and bet that now. Yeah. Because it's going to tighten up before the game kicks off.
I think so, too.
I think Sunday morning, if you're making that bet, you're going to be looking at more around 7.5.
I think so.
I feel like a lot of people are going to jump on that at 14.
Because I don't believe in the Packers yet. I don't believe in Jordan Love yet.
I'd like to. I feel like they have what it takes. And I feel like they're going to figure it out. Have they done that yet? No.
No, they haven't.
You look at going into that Cleveland game a couple weeks ago that they lost. What happened there? I want to say they were 10, 12-point favorites, I think, in that game and couldn't make it happen. So, yeah, agreed.
That's a tough one because of that. I think that Jamar Chase, the Packers defense, the front seven, amazing.
How have you felt about Micah Parsons' play this year? Just him as a Packer.
He's just been playing like Michael Parsons.
Has he?
Yes.
Has he?
Disruptive. Yeah, that's just how he plays.
I don't know, man. I feel like he's not been the same player since he got there.
He hasn't gotten all the numbers, but he's been just as disruptive.
Well, fair enough.
I think later down the season, if he stays healthy, he's still going to end up with 10+ sacks.
You'll start seeing the sacks pile up.
He's still going to end up like that.
Yeah, I think he's an upgrade, and I feel like he took that Packers team from being like kind of that dark horse almost to a front runner. And I'm not even the division though, because the Lions. Yeah, the Lions are good. So
that's another thing. I think that Jordan Love isn't solidified yet. His receivers are questionable still. He has some good ones.
Got some.
He has some good ones, but
his number one receiver this year's been Romeo Doubs,
and he's been playing like a motherfucker.
He has, but he's a veteran journeyman. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's 75 dudes like that on NFL rosters that aren't getting the kind of throws that.
But he's making up.
He's had an absolute career resurgence. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was a free agent in my fantasy league until like week 3, didn't even get drafted, and it's like been the steal of the league.
Of course, because he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, nobody's expecting Romeo Doubs. It's like Romeo Doubs maybe 2016, but
he's
not nowadays.
He's serviceable for sure, but I think they need to get healthy before I can say that.
Get Christian Watson back. Some of the other weapons they got. Yeah,
before I can say they're a serviceable team right now.
What else you got this week in the NFL?
The one that really strikes me as a very good game is the Lions versus the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, Chiefs are a favorite in this game.
They are,
by the way.
And I'm taking the Lions.
I am too. I hate that. Like, what is that?
I don't know. The Chiefs are 2-4.
2-4. Yeah.
Why are you believing in a 2-4 team over the Lions, who are
because they look like the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
The thing I'm gonna say about the Chiefs is their dynasty started with a bad loss when they lost in the Super Bowl to Tampa Bay, and their dynasty ended with a bad loss when they lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl last year. You look at them over the last 2 or 3 years; they play a lot of close games.
They do,
and they win every single one of them until this year. This year, they're not winning those close games anymore. And I think that's going to continue. I think you're going to see this team just like the Rams when they came off of their Super Bowl win, where all of a sudden they weren't able to win those close games anymore. This weekend, I don't see it being close.
Yeah.
The form the Lions are in, I mean, they look like the best team in football right now, and I think they're going to blow them out. But I could be wrong. It could be a bounce back for the Chiefs, but I don't see it happening. I see the Lions winning that one. I see them winning it big.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout because the Chiefs
are the Chiefs.
They can throw it deep.
Yeah.
The Lions don't have a good secondary still. It's been so many years, they still don't have a good secondary. They can get interceptions. Yeah, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph.
They can get sacks.
They can get sacks. They can get interceptions.
They can't get 3 and outs.
Yeah.
They get sacks. They can get interceptions. They can put up stats.
Yes.
They're going to get paid. But as far as like a complete defense, it's able to get a 3 and out. They're having a hard time with it.
And the Chiefs got the receivers. They are some burners. They will get downfield. Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton is fucking emerging.
Yeah.
They will get downfield, and I think that will be a close game because of that. But I also think the Lions will win that because they can run. They're great on offense everywhere. That's what I think.
They really are. Yeah. And speaking of that, I think Jameson Williams is due for a big game.
Yeah.
He started the season out with a big game. He's been non-existent for 4 weeks straight. I thought it was going to be last week. It's got to be coming, though. The guy's too talented to keep having stat lines of 1 catch for 12 yards or whatever he's been putting up. He's going to tear the top off of defense here, and I think it might happen this weekend.
I think so, too.
Yeah. So, is there anything else in the NFL you really want to focus on?
I say we get to the bets.
Yeah, I think we're at that point.
I say it's about that time.
All right, so every week we're going to do a 100 credit challenge. We're basically going to give the audience $100 or 100 credits. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't want to get crazy here. We'll get sued.
100 credits.
100 credit worth of bets for the weekend, and we're going to run a tally on that for the rest of the year. We're going to see who has the best tally at the end of the year. Cody likes to play parlays.
Yeah, I do.
I feel like it's hard enough to pick a winner in a single game to really focus on playing parlays and making money with that consistently. So I spread my money around. I've got a strategy. I like to try to double my money, spreading it around early in the year. Once I have that, I focus on locking in on games and increasing my money. I don't like to play with my own money. When I got my own money back in my own pocket, that's when I try to take advantage of things. So you want to lead this off? What's your 100 credit bet this week?
Oh, yeah. The way I see it, scary money don't make money.
All right.
6 pick.
6 pick parlay.
6 pick.
Okay.
6 pick. I usually do 4.
So we're going to start out negative 100 credits with this challenge here.
We're going to win. 6 picks. I usually do 4, but this is one of those times I feel like this is very comfortable for me.
Comfortable. A comfortable 6 pick parlay.
Comfortable 6 pick.
All right, let's hear it.
The Packers win on the money line.
Okay.
but I have the Bengals covering that spread of the Packers.
That's 2 of the picks.
Yes.
Packers win, money line, Bengals spread.
14
and that's
points.
at that 14 spread.
14.
Okay, fair enough.
If it changes to 7,
it's gonna change.
which it probably will.
Yeah, get that 14 in now.
Yeah. If it changes, I'll take that
It's
away.
gonna slide.
I got the Eagles beating the Giants. That's a given.
Okay.
It should be. We're gonna give AJ Brown the ball. I'm tired of him bitching and complaining. I understand. I actually feel him. Give this man the ball.
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting $30 million. Throw him the fucking ball.
I think the Eagles are going to lose this weekend. That's when it's going to
Oh, my goodness.
Are you on money line on that one?
Money line.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
Money
Yeah.
line. It's just money line.
All right. Okay, continue. Sorry. I'll quit interrupting.
Yeah, this one I feel is pretty easy. Rams beat Baltimore. That's a given. Baltimore's defense.
What are
is
they
trash.
doing?
They don't have no.
Cooper Rush is their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Like your backup should have the same profile as your starter.
Yeah.
So you can run the same offense, especially if you have an offense that's built for a quarterback.
Exactly. They used to
What
have
are they
Tyler
doing?
Huntley, but I don't. They got rid of him.
Can we get Kaepernick back? He'd be better than Cooper Rush.
Kaepernick is like 40, so I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
So I feel that that's a given game. That's a given.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
The Chargers beat the Dolphins. I feel like that's a given too. The Dolphins are fucking ass.
They are. They're not good.
And the Chargers, and I feel
need
some
to
type of
turn it
way.
around,
I feel some type of way about them right now. They have no run game.
They've hurt me the last 2 weeks.
Hampton is on IR. Najee Harris is out.
Okay.
Hassan Haskins is the backup's backup.
Jim Harbaugh will get them going.
Yeah, he is a Michigan guy. He went to Michigan.
It's an offensive line blocking scheme too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
But
got
they
to
also-
play.
Is Joe Alt injured still? Rashawn Slater is still out. Their left tackle, right
They got
tackle.
Keenan Allen, baby. They're gonna be just fine.
They got Quentin Johnson too. So I believe in them over the Dolphins. The Dolphins are ass.
Okay.
And I got Detroit beat them. Money line. Just straight
Money line. Okay, so that's gonna knock your odds way up on that.
Yeah.
Because they're the dog right now. Okay, I'm gonna go into mine. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Your 6?
Yeah, that's solid.
Okay.
What you think about it? Who you think will blow that up?
It's actually pretty good.
It's pretty good?
I don't hate it. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't hate it. I can see the Eagles messing it up.
Mm-mm.
I feel like they got to figure it out, man.
This is the time.
They showed the chink in the armor last week. The Eagles do this. They'll always look like they're unbeatable, and then they'll hit a point in the season where they lose 2 or 3 games and look terrible.
This won't be.
And it happened right before the playoffs, year before last.
Yeah.
And then they burned out in the playoffs. Last year they started the season kind of rough. Was it?
They
when
started
did
2-2.
slump? Okay, yeah.
But
All
I
right.
want to say about that, they should have won both of those games.
Sure.
Saquon dropped a touchdown,
Yeah.
and I forgot what happened the other game.
And then
They
they had like the first year Saquon effect going on last year. They were so good.
It's so fucking.
That's why it's so hard to watch them this year. Even in the games they're winning, they don't look.
They
good.
don't run the ball right.
Yeah.
They
It's like, what
run
are you
out of
doing?
pistol. Stop fucking
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, your turn. Go ahead.
Kevin Patullo. Do you have like a snuff film of Nick Sirianni? Is that how you blackmailed your way into like what
I feel
happened
like
there, dude?
Kevin,
He's terrible. But we already went over that. Hold on.
I want to say one thing. I
Okay.
feel like Sirianni was at his son's football game and seeing Kevin Patullo as like an offensive coordinator. He's like, oh, this guy can run some plays, and picked him up. That's why I feel like you found him. Yeah.
There's
Go
something
ahead.
happened. I still don't get it. All right, so with mine, I'm going to spread it around. Again, like I said, with me, I like to focus on winning more bets than I'm losing.
Yeah.
Build the bankroll up, take my money, put it back in my pocket, and then play house money the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, this first week with my 100 credits, I'm going Bama -3 at Missouri for 20.
I feel like
That's just a single game bet, and again, it's a spread bet. I'm going UCLA
Ooh.
spread at Michigan State for 20. I'm going Texas A&M -7.5 against Florida, another 20, up to 60 now. Texas Tech -14.5 against Kansas. My last 20,
Ooh.
I'm doing a parlay. Just for
Okay,
you, Cody.
okay.
You know, I don't like parlays, but I'm
How
doing
many
a parlay.
legs?
Huh?
How many legs?
3-leg parlay.
leg.
3-leg parlay.
Okay.
I'm going Dallas, money line. New England, money line. Colts, money line. 3-leg parlay.
Colts against the Broncos?
Colts aren't playing the Broncos this week.
They're not? Okay.
No.
Okay.
They're a 6.5 point favorite over somebody, and I got them written down. What's your pick of the week? Sure thing of the week. Give it up.
I feel like it's the Lions.
Lions?
Chiefs. I feel like that's
Chiefs,
the most surest. Yes, underdog.
I like it.
I feel like that is the best bet and the most surest too.
I'm going to give it to right now. Make the bet right now as soon as you see this before it shifts. 14 Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I think that's, again, by the time people are watching this, that's probably already going to be down to 10 or 7. If that's the case, I'll give you 2. The second one I'm going to give you is Bama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate to do it. Like, I'd like to see Mizzou play better.
Yeah, it's so simple. Mizzou will never, I don't think they'll ever be a top tier SEC team.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
As long as LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas, all of them
just
are paying
the
those
stadium,
guys that much.
You know what I mean? Like, you go to Faurot Field, it's like there's high school stadiums in the state of Texas that are bigger than this.
Yeah, but they're building it. They're making it bigger. You see that in the back of this?
They're making
the back of the games. Yeah,
it's still an old horseshoe, man. Like, how much can you really do with it? But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, I see Bama coming in as dog walking Mizzou this weekend. I think that's pretty much a sure thing.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Cody?
That'd be it for me.
That's it for me. Hey, thanks for joining us for the very first episode of Stuck Between a Rock and a Parlay podcast.
Parlay.
Yeah? Okay. Well, anyways, we'll get that fixed next week. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Mm.